everybody, this is Tambio and I'm back with another third-party Transformers video review. And this time I have ToyWorld's TW-D02 Muddy, or he's also known as Sludge. So you can see, looking at the box up here, we have a artist rendition of Muddy here in his, of course, robot mode. And on the side we have that picture again, but full-bodied. And then we come back here and we have both pictures of him in robot and Dino mode. And then we have some pictures back here of his Dino mode and his bot mode, but from the rear. So up here, nice ToyWorld logo, and down here some other miscellaneous logos and whatever this says. And Pac-Man don't eat bricks, so. Well, so once again we have what I lovingly like to call the boxes that ToyWorld are using, the shoe boxes. So flip that open and you see here you have your instructions. He comes with his little tech spec card. Unfortunately, I can't read that stuff on the bottom there. And then he comes with a sticker and picture. Then we have the instructions, and there's no, it's just a single sheet, there's no inside part of it. So like all the other ones, you have the styrofoam on the inside, and you just want to remove that. It has a little ToyWorld logo on there. And you pull this open, you can see Muddy in the box and the styrofoam and such, and his gun and his sword. This guy, his chrome is very nice on here, but he is a fingerprint magnet, so you know, be aware of that. It's real easy to get your fingerprints all over, especially this right here. His weapons do kind of store in his Dino mode. I wonder if you, nope, can't get it there. So his gun can either, you store it underneath here, you can either store it, it shows I've never done it before. Jeez. It's kind of tight, so that fits there, which it looks ridiculous underneath there. And then the sword actually folds up like that, and you're supposed to be able to store it in his neck, but I don't like really shoving it in there. I guess it's the first time I've ever done it, but I guess it's not too bad. You do it that way. Or you do it that way, and you can get kind of a thing hanging out of his neck. I don't know. It's not too bad. It's not as bad as I thought. So. Gosh, you can really see that light pipe, and it's really popping on that Dino head right there. So I'm going to set his weapons off to the side, and we're going to take a look at his Dino form. So once again, he's pretty chromed out, and you got the gold chrome in the head, and then you have the silver chrome right here and in the back, and then you have the gold chrome right here on the feet, and then this portion would become his robot feet. Then you have the tricolors, the green, red, and blue right here on the back, which is very reminiscent of his G1 colors. He does, his mouth does open up, so you can get there and you can open that up. Unfortunately, he doesn't have his little flamethrower or whatever underneath there, so I won't really show off articulation. I guess I'll do it real quick, but it's mainly his his arms right here, and then his legs are right here. But here, I'll show off this front arm, this front. So you can twist it right here, and you can also go like that a little bit. You can let me see. You can extend it like that to make it a little bit higher, and then there's a swivel right there. You can see it. You can turn, and then the knee. You can go forward, and there's a ball joint for this toe, so you can twist it. You know what? Actually, I think what I might do is I might switch these around, because the sprue point is right here, and actually you can see. I think I might switch these feet around, so the sprue point's on the inside. Just noticed that. And pretty much another thing for the tail is that you can move this up and down right here. I think you can go like that, but you know, you're gonna have to attach it right there. So, all right. So, for transformation into his robot mode, I'm gonna take, and we want to come to the head first. Flip that down, then flip the head around like that. We're gonna put it on the. I'm just gonna undo that right there, so it's not really in the way a whole bunch. Okay, and then this is kind of the fun part right here, is actually splitting this in two, because you have to be careful, and there are pegs in here that peg and hold these two panels together. So the first time you do this, it's really tight and it does not want to come apart. A lot of people are afraid of the gold plastic syndrome, where they think that these panels might become brittle at some point. Hopefully that's not the case. So there's a few things you want to watch out for, just so you're not pressing your luck with these things. I personally don't remember seeing any reviews where anybody has broken this guy or broken anything on him, but I could definitely see where there could be some issues in the future that you just want to be careful with. So one thing that you want to do once you have that open is you have to get, if you don't want to, you can just leave these legs on the back here, because that's kind of what he does in his original mode, or his original version. But if you want to take and transform him completely, you want to take, there's a hinge right here, and then there's this portion tabs in right here, and you just want to take and just try to gently, not forcefully, pull these apart without putting any extra stress right here on these. So just kind of pull this down like that, and you can kind of move that out of the way to flip those. It's supposed to go like this. So when you flip this back up, push that back together, and then you just leave the foot in here. Okay, and that's really all you're doing, is you're just leaving this foot in here. So I'm going to do it for this side also. Okay, so you pry that apart. Okay. Alright, so now you have that. Now you want to take this, flip this down, flip the head up, and you can see there's a little spot for an Autobot logo if you wanted to add that there. You take this, not yet. Alright, so what we want to do is we want to take, and like I said, these are actually going to become the arms. So you take and pop that out from there, and then twist it around, and then you can see right here, this is on a track. So you lift that up and then and peg it back into there. So we're going to do that for the other side. Pop that out, twist it around, lift it up, and have it back in. Okay. And we want to make sure that it's, as you saw that I did with this, you know, you can have it down like that, or you can rotate it out and lift it up like that. Then to get the fist out, you just want to open this panel right here. You can see there's some fist in here, and you just want to be careful because you can kind of hit your fingers on that stuff, and it does not feel good when you do that. I'm trying to remember if... no, it doesn't extend. Okay. Good. There. Alright, so his arms are out now, and so for his legs, take that, lift it up, and you see these panels right here on the back of him. These panels actually come and they'll rotate around and then fill this spot in right here. See that? And there's a couple of joints that allow it to do that. See these two joints right here, and there's actually another joint underneath this panel right here, so you can see like that. And then it fills in this little gap part that was made from the leg right there. And then what you want to do is you want to take the tail portion and you want to pry this apart. See, pry this apart. Alright, and then once you pry that apart, then it's going to pull this kind of apart. And then I want to make sure, because some of the stuff kind of gets, come on. I don't know if this is going to come down. No, it's not. Okay. Flip that around. You want to rotate this portion out, and these are very strong ratchets. So now pull that apart. Alright, so what we want to do next is we want to take this, flip that in like that, and then take and rotate that like this. And when you rotate this, you see that there's this little notch right here. You want to notch that into here. I don't know if you can see that. Notched it into there, and then you want to take this, flip this down, and then you see that this peg right here, it actually pegs into that hole right there, or that little notch right there. So you take and rotate that around, and then the tail portion then fills in the leg, or yeah, fills in the foot or the leg or whatever. So then we're going to do it for this side now. Flip this around, flip that in, rotate, rotate, and rotate. Alright, and then you want to take these portions right here, flip these up. Alright, so then once you have that, then you can take this portion and bring this up. Right, and then you have his gun and his sword. Alright, so real quick, I'm going to show off his articulation. Start off at the head, and it is on a ball joint, so you can go up and down. And it did a little extra because of the rotation on the transformation. Left and right. It does have light piping. It's pretty strong light piping. Then you come up here to the arms, and you can rotate them forward, you can rotate them back. They get a little hindered because of the wings, I guess you could say. Then you can get it, let's see what the highest we can get that arm out. About, gosh, it's actually really hindered. They didn't do a very good job with the mechanism for this. You can only get it about that high out. Then you have your swivel. Then you have your elbow, which is a really strong ratchet. Nothing at the wrist, but you do have the fingers, which are all one thing, so something. And then a really tight waist. Really tight waist. And then you have 2 different joints for his hips. So one to allow it to move forward and back, and you can see it's really squeaky, or here it's really squeaky, and then one to move it out. Then you come down here, and it's hard to see, but you have your, oh, actually that's not the twist. I thought that was a twist. The twist is actually right here, where right above the knee, and then the knee joint is in this portion right here. And going one way, it's really not as strong as going the opposite direction, so I don't like doing that because that feels like it might be grinding that off, but I don't know, hopefully not. I've transformed him a number of times and he doesn't seem to be getting damaged each time I do it, so I probably shouldn't have said that, but hopefully that won't scare too many people with this guy. Then you come down here and you have a couple of things that you can do with his feet. So you have the ability to actually move the toe up for some odd reason. Then you actually have the ability to extremely rock it onto the inside, so it's very strange. And Muddy, just like Roar, he has this kind of thing where it feels like his legs are, it kind of feels like his knees are bent backwards because of the aesthetic, where the leg goes straight down and then this portion right here kind of comes out. And it's mainly a kind of optical illusion, because you can tell he's standing straight and he's not leaning forward or anything. So I think ToyWorld did another pretty good job with their second installment of their Dinobot team. Hopefully the combined mode will look decent. They've only showed 4 out of the 5 pieces. In one of the pictures that I saw, he had arms were both the Triceratops, so it was really weird. So hopefully they'll have some pictures of him complete out soon. I'm pretty sure they already have completed all the prototypes and everything. It generally seems like what they do is they have the prototypes out and they're almost at a finished when they start showing the first initial prototypes. So maybe the chrome pieces on here, I would just be gentle with those. I don't know if you'll ever have any issues or not. And with that, I'll go ahead and conclude this review of ToyWorld TW-D02 Muddy. Don't forget to check out my other videos, subscribe, follow me on Twitter. This has been Tambiota, and I'll see you next time.